Two new defenses are unlocked at Town Hall 16, the Ricochet Cannon and the multi-target Archer Tower. These new defenses are our signature defenses for Town Hall 16. You're able to purchase up to 2 of each of these type of defenses for 20 million gold in a 14-day build time. However, there is a caveat to this. You must have at least 2 level 21 Archer Towers or 2 level 21 cannons in order to build. Once placed, you will be able to see 2 arrows that are going from the closest Archer Towers that you can merge into their super defense form. Keep in mind that once you merge these 2 structures, there's no way to unmerge these defenses. So choose wisely on when and what Archer Towers you want to merge, though I still think it'll be worth it as they become pretty dang strong. So let's start with the Ricochet Cannon at level 1. In comparison to a normal cannon, it is much tankier, having double the HP of a normal cannon. But it also deals huge damage at 360, which is more than a Giga Inferno. Now, of course, its main selling point is in its name. The shots that this cannon fires will ricochet to nearby ground troops, dealing another instance of huge damage every time it hits. This can also be upgraded to level 2, dealing even more damage and having greater HP. This bounce shot will hit any ground troop that comes close to one being targeted. Even the Archer Queen, being protected by a golem, will still take damage without being within its range. This makes it excellent in dealing damage to troops outside of its range, but being used to tank, like a Yeti or Golem with wizards or witches, for example. However, since this is a normal cannon, it will not attack air troops. Its bounce shots will not go up and try to hit healers or dragons or whatever. Any unit, though, that is following other troops, such as the Apprentice Warden, the Grand Warden, or even the Unicorn, will take damage since they're very close to it. They're susceptible to taking a huge amount of damage, so it could cost you the attack if you don't keep them up. And underneath Rage, the Ricochet Cannon can make a pretty large impact. In conjunction with other defenses like the Ground Expo, it could actually force your Queen Charge to pop the ability or use a freeze or invisibility to keep the Queen from using her ability. Alongside the Ricochet Cannon, you have the multi-target Archer Tower. At level 1, it's got more HP than a normal Archer Tower, but slightly less DPS. However, there is a reason for this. Unlike the normal Archer Tower, this tower has 3 archers sat upon it. They will each individually target up to 3 units at a time. So you will want to be careful with where you place headhunters or smaller troops that could be shut down by this defense. You can also upgrade this to level 2, where of course you'll gain a greater amount of HP and a greater amount of damage. Its ability to attack 3 targets will influence the amount of damage it delivers. If there are 3 targets within its range, all 3 archers will hit a different unit of the 3 dealing subpar damage. However, if there are 2 targets within its range, the 2 archers will deal damage to 1 unit, while another archer will do damage to the second unit. And if there is 1 unit within that range, then all 3 archers will shoot that 1 target, dealing a massive amount of damage per second. The ability to hit multiple units means that the Queen, even if she gets in range, will still be targeted alongside the healers, which is going to be pretty deadly in conjunction with stuff like air bombs or seeking air mines, since air bombs can do a pretty massive amount of damage to weakened healers, and this just adds fuel to that fire as long as the Archer Tower stays out of range. This is also great for headhunters if they are sent in to snipe an enemy hero. So having this defense near your Queen or Royal Champion could prevent them from being taken out without having to spend the Warden ability in order to safely get the headhunters to drop them. Of course, the single target damage of this defense is actually crazy. This has the ability to lower the queen's HP fast and force her ability or force to use a rage spell if you're not careful. However, this defense being raged up with its single target damage is absolutely crazy. It can do a stupid level of damage, and without a rage spell with the queen charge, it can crush the queen and force her to use either a spell or even force her to use the ability. Now, on a real base, these defenses are going to handle a queen charge or a recall queen charge extremely well. They just do a lot of damage, and they do a lot of single target damage, which makes them pretty dang strong. So an option to counteract this is the Super Barch, of course. You're mainly using the Grand Warden with balloons or even rocket balloons with that battle blimp. Since the cannon and the archer tower are key defenses, you do want to prioritize them, using the Grand Warden ability and getting your blimp in a safe spot. Then using an invisibility, followed by timing another invisibility spell, 2 clones, rage, and timing your invisibility spells every 4 seconds, you can get a large amount of value. At Town Hall 16, getting rid of the Town Hall is kind of a must, very similar to Town Hall 15. It's still a threat, but you do want to try and go for the Ricochet Cannon, the multi-target archer tower. Get as many key defenses, including the scatter shot, the monolith, if you can, that is. But getting rid of a solid area of the base is going to set you up for then creating the funnel with super barbarians. You want to make sure that you are controlling where your heroes go into, because you want to go in for those leftover key defenses, which includes the multi-target archer tower. It does a lot of single target damage, so it can be readily difficult to get through. So an Ice Golem with the heroes and an Electro Titan can really do a lot of work. Having the Apprentice Warden work alongside your heroes is also very good. Surgically placing in your Super Barbarians as you move around, getting some really nice value. You can, of course, use your Royal Champion in order to start moving in and doing some really nice work in terms of clearing out defenses and having the stun from Diggy, but then it also allows you to kind of push yourself through the back end part of the base quite well, while having the Super Barbarians scattered around, being used in order to control where everything is going. If you're able to overwhelm the new defenses, the Ricochet Cannon and the multi-target archer tower, that pretty much allows you to get through. Even underneath a rage from the rage spell tower, they really can't stop the push of your heroes, especially if they are being distracted by super barbarians or realistically if they're getting overwhelmed. Other than that, it's a really simple strategy as you work yourself around with the heroes, with the king, the queen, and that royal champion. You can get a very easy 3-star with the Super Barch and a strategy like this. So make sure to stay tuned for tomorrow's sneak peek, as there is a sneaky critter moving in and out of the forest.